Type of bitch that don't even say hello. Hey. Hey. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I decided to film my first ever get ready with me. I don't know how this is gonna go, jokes. I know how it went because I just did this look. It was really difficult because having to do your makeup, check if you're filming, check if you're saying everything you need to say, reminding people what product you're using, it's really difficult. I'm also going to be addressing some of the issues that I encountered or the backlash that I received on my previous video, which was rating South African YouTubers. I will leave a link for that in my description if you would like to watch it. I'm not going to delete that video. I know a lot of people told me to do that. I'm not going to. So yeah, people have seen it already. It's been done. The damage is done. So if you guys would like to see what I have to say and how I achieved this beautiful summer sunset gorgeous look, then just keep on watching. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell everyone to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. The first thing I like to do is clean up my eyebrows. So for the top part of my eyebrows, I like to use foundation just because I want them to be the same skin tone. I don't like that kind of halo thing that happens over here. And then to clean up the bottom of my eyebrow, I like to use the same color that I will be using for my eyeshadow base, which is LA Girl Creamy Beige. It looks like this. Yeah, this is my all-time fave, like, love it. I don't think I'll ever turn back on LA Girl because it's so cheap and so worth it. So I really like to be generous, like, don't hold back. So put a, you're joking, that's on my brow. Most people like to use a flat, like, more precise brush. I just go in with the concealer. Not really like meticulous about that. So kind of just, this is gonna irritate me, but I'm gonna clean that up later. I'm just gonna go in with a fluffy brush from Carla Brushes like that, and I'm gonna pat down the product. Don't apply too much pressure on the concealer because then you're gonna move the product. So if I do this, I've already moved the product that's on here, so lightly tap it in just so that it can, you can use a sponge for this, but I feel like sponges absorb a lot of product, so it's just gonna, one, be a waste of my concealer, two, be a waste of the fact that I need to get it as pigmented as possible. So lightly tap it in. So let's get started with why I actually started recording this video. And then I like to drag my concealer all the way past my eye, just so that if I decide to do a wing liner, it will also come off of a white base, so it will pop more. I just wanted to address everything at once. I'm not going to reply to anyone's social media comments or rants or any of that stuff. So if you're gonna like go off at me on social media and expect a response, I'm not going to give it to you, purely because there is no positive way to say something negative. I do understand why people are upset. That video was, I mean, I could say rude and distasteful. It seems as though everyone thinks it's distasteful. I don't know if you guys learned that word yesterday, but I'm joking, I'm kidding, don't drag me again, it's just a joke. One thing I am failing to understand is how people are missing the fact that it's an opinion. So an opinion is not something that is factual. It's not something that someone can say, yes, it is 100% correct. Your opinion can be right, your opinion can be wrong, but at the end of the day, it is subjective to who you are and what you believe in. So if I think something is not grand, then I think it's not grand. It's my opinion. The same way you guys can say that, oh, you hate Rick Ross's new album. Cool, I love it. So whose opinion is right and whose opinion is wrong? I'm just gonna take my sponge and just kind of lightly tap that in. Make sure your hand is as light as possible, so you don't want anything to move. Like, a lot of people were upset at me because I shouldn't have done that video, because we live in such a country where the YouTube community is very small. One, that's absurd. Two, how is the YouTube community going to grow if you guys are constantly nursing the egos of people that are other people's faves? What is the point of having YouTube if everyone is just going to be so comfortable in what they're doing and they're constantly going to produce the same content because people are comfortable and they're not going to tell them otherwise? I'm sorry, if I think your quality sucks, then I think your quality sucks. The same way you're watching this video right now and you could be like, oh my goodness, her eyebrows are terrible. Oh, that eyeshadow base is disgusting. Cool, that's fine. It's your opinion. Also, people coming at me telling me that I aspire to be like all these YouTubers, so why would I badmouth them? Hold up. I don't aspire to be like any of the South African YouTubers. I aspire to be like my own self. If I reach great heights, then fantastic, but I don't want it to be because I was following in the footsteps of XYZ. You guys are doing great. Like, South African YouTubers are actually doing great because the market is growing, but it shouldn't be growing because we're all just sitting saying, oh fave, oh love you, oh step on my neck, oh wig gone. Like, my wig is still intact and your video did nothing for me. Now that you have a great eyeshadow base and you're ready to get it poppin', this is the palette that I'm going to be using today. This is the NYX, ooh, my ring light is wilding, NYX Swear By It palette. I love this palette, absolutely beautiful. I've used it in all my videos, well, majority of my videos since I got this palette. It's so good. Like, all the colors are so pigmented, there's such a wide variety, there's so much you can do. Can you focus? Thanks. There's so much you can do, so I'm going to be using this palette for this look. You only need 3 shades for this look. That's what's so bomb about it. Like, you don't need to go off, you don't need all the colors in the world. 3 shades will get you this amazing, beautiful self-promo look. The first color I'm going to be using is a orange, so I'm going to be using this one over here. As you can see, I'm almost like on pan. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to set my concealer. I'm going to go straight in with the product because I want it to stick on the wet concealer as much as possible. So using my flat brush and that yellow, I'm just going to pack it on, starting from the outer corner of my eye all the way in, but I'm focusing mainly on the crease area. So just pack that on like so. Another big problem was people felt that, like, who am I to judge people's personality? Guys, at the end of the day, I don't know you. Like, I don't know you, you don't know me. You only see what you see on here. So you only see my personality through what I put out in my videos. Unless you know me personally, then that's completely different. I'm not judging your personality of who you are, I'm judging what you put out on the screen. So if you come to me and you say, hey guys, welcome to my channel, blah 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 blah, and I feel like I'm bored, then your personality is boring for me. I'm not saying Valerie's personality on the streets or who she is boring. I'm just saying what you put on the screen doesn't invite me. And the same way, not everybody goes to the same events because they don't like the music that's played at that event. It's the same way I just feel like you do nothing for me via that certain criteria, and that's perfectly okay. If you're putting yourself up on a public platform like YouTube and you're expecting people to like you, like every single person that gets onto your channel to like you, this is such a mess. You're selling yourself a dream because that's not realistic. It is what it is. If you guys are going to come at me and bash me and say distasteful things to me because I simply stated my opinion and the people that I was with stated their opinion, then at the end of the day, 609, you and I are the same. Now that you have that orange down, I look like a clown right now, but that's okay. I'm going to be going back into the same palette and taking this bright yellow over here. So I first used this orange, now I'm going to be using this yellow. I'm going to be using that at the top of the orange just to kind of blend it out. I'm mainly doing this so there's a better gradient and it's just not just a harsh line. So using my fluffy brush, I'm going to go not above the yellow but in between the middle of the orange, the middle end of the orange and my top layer, and I'm just going to blend that out. The next color I'm going to be going into, this is the final color we're going to be using for this look, is back into this palette, and it is this purple over here. This is kind of like a purple burgundy, kind of reddish. It's more on the purple side, but it does become a little bit lighter when you apply it on the skin. And I'm just going to use a flat brush. So I'm actually going to use the same blush, the same brush I used for the orange, so the same flat brush, and I'm going to be dabbing into this purple, but I'm just gonna pack that onto my lid. Don't go above your crease because all the colors are now gonna merge into one and then you're gonna lose that whole sunsetty kind of thing. So pack this onto the bottom. I think one thing that I am gonna say, like I've already said pretty much what I wanted to say, but yeah, I'm not going to delete that video. I am going to continue releasing videos. I'm not going to be sad all of a sudden because people didn't like one video of mine. That's cool, we'll all bounce back. At the end of the day, one thing I am going to say is every single person that was mentioned in that video, every single person that was affiliated with that video, myself, Lindy, Katso, everyone that was mentioned is going to grow one way or another from what happened from that video. So all the feedback that was given, all the ratings, all the comments, I promise you right now, you will look at them and you will consider a thing or two. If someone comments right now, your quality sucks, I'll be like, oh, please, whatever, I'll be all boss about it. But at the end of the day, I'm going to reconsider my quality next time I shoot a video. Like, is this A1? Is this good enough? Like, is this better than my previous? Am I upgrading from what I recently had gone through? Blah, 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 blah. Now that I've applied the purple on both eyes, I'm going to be taking the orange that I first started with, so this color over here, and I'm going to use that to blend out the orange and the purple. And I want to use a small blending brush, so one like this, just so it can get into my corners without brushing off my whole lid. So the next thing you're going to do is apply a wing liner or apply a wing. You don't have to do this if you are going to wear lashes. I would say don't put on wing liner because it kind of takes away from the eyeshadow, but because I'm not going to be putting on lashes because it is 2 a.m. and I have to go sleep, this is the part where you put on lashes, but because I wanted to kind of pop a little bit more, I'm just going to quickly do a wing liner. I just kind of did it in a rush just to kind of show you guys what it would look like with a wing. You don't really have to do this part. I would recommend you put on lashes for this look because it will look 10 times better than it already does. Let me dim down my lighting so you can see what it would look like. This is with really harsh lighting, and then this is kind of just dimmed. It's really, really pretty. For the bottom lash line, I would suggest you do this when you are baking. So after your foundation, contouring, highlighting, all of that, when you are baking, I would suggest you do your bottom lash line so that if there's any fallout, it goes onto the baking powder. You can just dust that off afterwards. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I love this mascara. I don't have lashes, like my eyelashes are non-existent, so I don't know what my issue is without lashes. I like to put my highlight right where my concealer cuts. So as you can see, there's a very sharp line from my concealer. Using a fluffy brush, an angled fluffy brush like that, I'm going to be going into my highlighter. You want to try and find a highlighter that is yellow or champagne, or if you can get one that meets both, that's great. So I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, and it has a color that is a mixture of both. It is this one. Ooh. I kind of just want to follow that track. Don't go all the way to the front when applying highlighter to your brow bone. I kind of just want to stop in the middle, and then I just use this just to buff it out so it's not as harsh. But most of the product must go in your arch. Now that you've reached this far, go watch the contouring highlighting video. That way you can have a full tutorial of how I do my finished face. And thank you guys so much for watching up until this far. Please comment sunset, the word sunset, or just the sunset emoji down below if you reach this far in the in the video. And there might be a little prize for you guys, who knows. Yeah, this is the finished product. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you try it out. Please do make sure you put on lashes when you guys go out. I just suck at that right now, and it's just gonna take forever if I try to do that, but I will attach pictures of me with this look with lashes on. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend, to tell a cousin, to tell an ex, to tell your mom, your dad, your cousin, your future, your ex, your CIA, the UNICEF, the FBI, World Ventures, Herbalife, Bye guys.